His dog is good.
Oh, the old 360 days.
That was the quietest ad break.
Yes,
These
everyone
blokes with their head down, scribbling,
writing stuff down for the 360, which is coming up at 12:45. One of the most anticipated segments on Triple M Radio for the year.
The pack's all over it.
If you don't know what it is, this is the honest feedback style of work that we bring to the table here, where it's brutal, it's pretty upfront, and you just got to sit there and cop it. You can't argue. I think a couple of years ago, one of us tried to argue his way out of it. His name was Spud, and it just got worse for him. So you've just got to sit there and wear it. So that is to come. So Spud, what the West Coast will do with John Worsfold Purple on board, can you and the way we play footy take us forward to the point where we're going to win a flag?
He's been able to reinvent himself. I think last year was a great point in case where they were on bottom of the ladder 2 years ago and nearly on the bottom of the ladder.
It's case in points, but...
Yeah, okay. But anyway...
already started.
Just wait for leading teams, Warrior. You just keep firing those little
let
bullets,
you go
mate.
with point in case for about
That's
a year
right.
and a half. But it's
That's
case
okay. Give it your best shot, mate, because the bazooka I've got ready for you at 1:15, you'll be flat as a pancake.
Case in point, all right? From now on, it's case in point.
All right.
And, guys, let's touch on your article now of 2009, which was the year after they won the premiership. You did go against the grain of accepted public thought there when you actually did say, and I do recall reading it at the time, and we discussed it at the time, that Rough might actually be more valuable in that valuable player sense than Buddy Franklin was.
Well, that's the guts of it. I went and dug it out because I needed to just reacquaint myself. So throughout his playing days, and what I did, I drew the comparison of Brereton v Dunstall, two giants of the game. One flamboyant, one of the movie star, the nightclub set up, the Ferrari and all that. The other, the understated, quiet, go about your business.
Real boring sort of
well,
no mates.
I don't think I said that.
No
but
mate style.
it was unspoken. So, Dunstall remained the understated professional, content to allow the likes of Brereton to assume centre stage, while he methodically went about assembling an honour roll of achievements unrivalled by most. By career's end, as influential and outstanding as Brereton's was, it's hard to argue that Dunstall wasn't better. Is history repeating itself at Hawthorn? So that's the question I'd like to ask today.
But you posed that 4 years ago.
Well, yeah, it's not important, but now that you bring it up. It is a good debate, though.
I may return to the original discussion we were having about Brereton and Dunstall and therefore Roughead and Franklin.
The man that's texted in, by the way.
Has he?
And can't go with the first two words, but when was I ever off the mantle? When did you drop him off? He wants to know.
Well, he knows when he went off. He's been told when he went off, and what I'm liking is the fact that he's putting some sizzle back in. He's well aware. Don't worry about Rough. But I want to talk about those other two because you two played a career against both of them.
Yep.
I'm hoping neither of them are listening, but in a funny way, both of them are listening. When the real whips were cracking, when your 80,000 was there, and the grass was growing, and it was right on the line, and big finals and all the rest of it, who got the job done?
Well, that is a tough question, and I don't want to sit on the fence on this. The game was differently. Dunstall was the full forward was an easier position, I think, than centre half forward, and it was a position I wasn't physically right to play, but I had to play there, and it was a nightmare. So from that point of view, Dermot's task was harder, no doubt about it. But in terms of week in, week out...
I'm not talking May against
Footscray
at Whitten Oval. I'm talking September against Carlton at the MCG.
Well, what you're doing now, Jim Boy, is you're saying if you had to choose between Giselle and Mal, you wouldn't mind taking the other.
Either.
So they both got the job done. Dermot was a magnificent finals performer.
He was. Spud, the fact that he caved you in that time, don't make it personal. Be properly honest about it.
Played on both of them surprisingly.
Well, you're better, much better.
Evenly.
Yes.
Probably played on both 8 or 9 times.
Yes.
And kept Chief goalless a couple of times. I would have thought Brereton every day of the week. And I say that wholeheartedly. Chief, the game suited him. He was an outstanding player.
Yes,
the
he was.
0 to 30.
Yep.
There was no one better. But you look at Dermot's body size and his ability, 6'2", not a big frame. Dunstall had a massive frame, didn't he? And he was quick, beautiful kick, outstanding player. Probably in the top 5 in the league. Well, he's lost his neck at the moment, but he had a really good, strong neck early days. No, I would say Brereton.
And his personality, just as a real boring sort of nipper.
Well,
whereas Dermot had a bit of brought people through the bloody turnstiles, Spud.
No, he's no. Jason Dunstall was. I don't think you can splitting hairs, but you'd have to go for Brereton.
I love it.
All right, we need to take a yes.
Just before I'm going to just go to Twitter for the first time.
Go on.
Whilst I was trawling through former articles, Warrior, it's got to be fair. You got to be even-handed. I also came across one from about 2010 where I suggested Melbourne were well ahead of Richmond in the race for the final.
Have we got leading teams later on?
I think we have.
Because you need to get a life. You're talking about an article 4 years ago about Gaz. It was a great article, by the way.
Thank you.
Have you got a
That's
library on?
I remembered what he said.
That's because he's a genius reporter.
I read every word written in your
That's right.
papers.
Sorry, your old name was Laces. That's right.
Now we're getting into it, Jim.
All right.